Normally you can turn off your video because my data plan, my Wi-Fi is not strong here. So you all can turn on the microphone. So for example, if you want to ask question or if you want to participate in the Pali chanting, then you can unmute it. All right. So normally my style is that I will show the Pali and then we will discuss words by words. So when you need to ask question, you can just use the mic. All right. Okay, normally this session is on the Anguttara Nikaya. So we have the English translation by the Bhikkhu Bodhi. So we've been doing it for a few weeks already. So today, before I go for the Anguttara Nikaya, I want to do some review for on the Pali Meiji. So I'm being mentioned to some of you that, can you see the screen? Yes, right? Okay. So this is on the one of the lesson on the past tense, because previously I've been going through the present tense and then also future tense. So I have not gone through with this class on the past tense. So for the past tense, what you do is when you learn the Pali, so first you need to know the termination. All right. So now you can see the third person, I. All right. So pronounce it I. And then plural is imsu, Second person is o or I, and plural is ita. And then the first person imma or imma. All right. Or in Burmese, I pronounce according to Burmese is imma or imma. But if you follow the Sri Lanka, it will be imha or imha. Okay. So when look at this, it's not clear. So we look at the example on this run. Okay. The root is DAV, D-H-A-V. Base is DAV and plus A is DAWA, right? So third person is Ada. A is a short A, Adawi. He ran. When we say third person is can be he ran or she ran or it ran, right? And then plural will be Adawimsu or Adawum. They ran. Second person is Adawo, Adawi, you ran, one person, or Adawita, because it's finished with the ita. You ran means that you all. Normally I will translate as you all run, you all ran. And then first person, Adawim, I ran. And then we ran, Adawimma or Adawimha. Okay, so you all can unmute your mic. So we will recite together. All right, so please read after me. I, imsu, o, I, ita, im, imha, imha. So can you remember? It's only six vowels, six sound. All right. Okay. Sometimes it's difficult to remember we just go for this. All right. So third person, Adawi, Adawinsu, Adawum, Adawo, Adawit, Adawita, Adawim, Adawima, Adawimha, or Wimha. Okay. All right. So for example, if I ask you the question, Adawi, how will you translate? Adawi.
He ran.
And also?
She ran. It ran.
Okay, another one? He ran, she ran, it ran. Another one is?
You ran.
Second person. Yes, you ran also. You see here? Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, so when you look at the top, on the top, you have this I, all right? So these are something quite similar here, all right? Okay, so I will say again. For example, if I say Adawita,
You
all
ran.
ran.
Yeah, plural. Okay. Adawum.
They ran.
Adawum. Wum.
They ran.
They ran.
No, they ran. They ran. Okay. Adawim. Adawim.
I ran.
I ran.
Yes. Okay. Adawimha.
We ran.
We ran.
We ran. We ran. Okay. So even though it look complicated, but you remember when you look at the you remember the present tense, you got the T, anti, si, ta, okay, mi, ma, right? Remember in the present tense? Okay.
Yes.
So what you can see that this ta and ta is same with the present tense, right? And then
Yes.
the im and mi is quite same. And then the with the m sound and similar with the m sound here. So yeah. So you can see this im or mi and ta is similar with the ta. And ma is similar with ma. So you only need to remember this it here and imsu or and then the o and e. Okay. So I would say out of these 6, you only need to remember this 1, 2, 3. All right. The rest are quite similar, right or not? So you just focus on the sound, okay? All right. So last time you remember T, N, D, C, ta, mi, ma, right? So I'll write again. So last time you remember in the present tense, you got the T, N, T, C, ta, mi, ma, okay? So you have the M sound here. So this is easy for you to remember. And then you got the ta sound here. You also got the ta sound here. And then this im is still same, look like this one also. All right. So you only need to make special effort on this I sound, imsu, sound, o sound, and it. The rest are quite same. All right. So this means out of 6, you just remember to remember three of them. Okay, can follow?
Yeah, Sayaji, can I ask a
Yes.
question, please? On
Yes.
here. Yeah, for the second person and the third person, you have adavi and adavi. So on the sentence itself, how can we recognize which is which?
Yeah. I will say that these two, you are talking about these two form,
yes,
right?
yes.
These two form, right?
Yes.
They don't appear, or not all of them will appear in the Pali, so it's kind of like we say, I would say this is more common. It is more common. This is all is not so common, Yeah. But normally you look at the sentence construction, you look at the situation, there you understand whether he's talking about the third person or second person. But I would say this is not so common, right?
Okay, thank you.
Like even like this form and this form is more common. Yeah, this one I think is look more familiar to me. But what it puts there is all the possible form. Okay, all right. So like now you look down there, so it's also another one. All right. So it's also similar with a different example. The root is ki. The base is it becomes short. The root is a long I, ki. The base becomes short I, ki, kinna. Right. There are some changes in the word, but I will not explain because it will take time. This is another lesson. So we just focus on the reading, all right, for the past tense. Okay, so we read together. Akini, akinimsu, akinum, akino, akini, akinita, akinim, akinimha. Okay, so if somebody say akinum, what is this? Akinum.
They bought.
Okay, if somebody say akinim,
I bought.
akinimha,
We bought.
we bought. Okay. Okay, akinik,
You
bought or you bought.
you bought, he bought. He bought or she bought or it bought. Yeah. So remember the third person, it can be he, she, or it. But normally it refer to animals or whatever. Yeah, it's a biting. Okay, I don't think they were biting unless it's this special story like Harry Potter. Okay, now we go for the root this. The base is they say. All right. Why is like this? Because it's just one of the grammar you will learn later. So anyway, the root is this. When we write the Pali like this, and then you pass the, we call it conjugation sign. Because of this conjugation e, it become the a, so it become they say. There's some grammar point here, but this is another lesson. Okay, we go for the, all right. So you can see, right? Third person, adesesi,
Adesesi.
adesesum,
Adesesum.
adesesi,
Adesesi.
adesesitta,
Adesesita.
adesesim,
Adesesim.
adesesimha.
Adesesimha.
Okay, now compared to this akini and adese, I want to test you. Do you spot anything special about this? Any adding a new like kind of alphabet? Do you see when you see this part and this part? What's the difference? Is there an extra point? Do you see any extra point that is not in above? For example, I, you can see the I, right? You also can see Tak, you also can see tak, right? Imha also imha. Im also im. Here. So what is the extra point that not shown in the kina? But it's only in this they say. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Any special point?
Extra S there.
Yes.
Oh, right. Who is the clever one? Yes, got the extra S. Is this one? You can put yeah, sorry, it's not this one. Yes, it's this S. This S, yes, S. Why they put S is also one of the grammar point. But what you can see, we call it like the base is they say, and then you put a and they say. Let's say if you want to put the I, okay, for the third person, you want to put the I. So how are you going to put they say it? You cannot recite the they say it. So there must be something in between. So that's why it's one of the grammar law, they put the S here. Okay. So this is one of the extra grammar point. It's not mentioned in this book, but maybe later. All right. So just remember for this, they say we put the S there. All right. I think this is quite easy to recite. So we recite together. All right. Adesesi, adesesum, adesesi, adesesita, adesesim, adesesimha. Okay, so if I say adesesi, which one? Adesesi.
He expounded. Who expounded?
He expounded.
Okay.
She.
Yes, he or she. Yeah. So the answer can be many. You expounded, he expounded, or she expounded, or it expounded. It cannot be it, but he or she can. All right. So if I say adesesita,
You expounded.
You expounded. You all
yeah,
expounded.
yeah, it's referred to the plural here. Adesesum.
They expounded.
They expounded.
Okay. Adesesim.
I
I expounded.
Okay. Yeah, excellent. Okay, good. Okay, now there's something on the karo. Karo you see before, right? Kaloti.
Yes.
It's not the easy one, all right? So the root is kar, and then what you can see is that it's one of there's some we put a e here, but here now we put a o here, o or a. But normally o is more normal. Okay. Okay, we recite. All right. Akari.
Akari.
Akarimsu. Akarum.
Arimsu.
Akarimsu. Akarum.
Akari. Akaro.
Akari,
akaro,
akaro,
Akarita.
akarita,
akarita,
Akarim, akarimha.
akarim, akarimha,
akarimha.
Okay, so we finish this one already. Okay. So anyway, you see the example, it still come back to the basic. Okay, so we receive the basic. This is the termination for this. I, imsu,
I, imsu,
Imsu,
o, I,
O,
ita,
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 im,
im,
imma, imha, imha, imha.
imha, imha,
imha.
Okay, so we finish this one. So what we do is, so let's go for another one is the, okay. So there are some more here. You can see the base, okay. Right, so we recite again, okay. For the I kill or he killed, the root is han, the base is han plus the a. Sometimes you don't put the a, so it can be just han, all right. So third person, ahani,
Ahani,
ahanimsu,
ahanim,
ahanimsu,
ahani,
hani,
ahani,
ahanita,
ahanita,
ahanim,
ahani,
ahanim,
ahanima,
adanima.
nimma or nimha, yeah, okay. So now we look at the not one. Okay, it's important to read the not so that the a is prefixed to the verbs of the past tense, but optionally it might be dropped. So what is say that instead of this so instead of the like for example we recite adawim, so you do read you don't read the a, you just drop it, so it becomes dawim. That's how we read the akinim, you don't read the a, it becomes kinim. Just how we read the adesesim, we don't read the a, we drop the a. Okay, so that's mean that we can read. All right, so instead of this one, all right, so there's one point here, and also another point is also important. Okay, so ma, all right, so there's it's kind of like I think there's some noise there. Okay, okay, ma agachi, all right. So even though this is past tense, agachi is a past tense, you see the I here is a past tense, but when you put the ma, it becomes don't come, right? Like ma and put the past tense here, gachi, it becomes don't go, right? So agachi, it come from the Pali word, do you know the Pali word? Agachati, all right? Agachati means come, okay? Don't come, and then don't go, all right? Then another one is ma kari. Kari is a past tense, but when you put the ma, it become a command. Don't do, don't make. Right? There's not two, and not three is idani. You see this word before? Now, tada at the time or then. Yada is a relative word here. Whenever or whenever, kada. All right. Okay, this is some revised lesson for this past tense. Okay, any question? If not, I will go for the Anguttara Nikaya. Okay, any question?
Yeah, excuse me, Sahaji.
Yes. Yes.
Regarding the ma, just now is it used the word past tense now, right? Agachi.
Yes. Yes.
In
Yeah.
this sentence, does it mean the expressions like imperative? You consider this as imperative?
Yeah, it's an imperative here. It's a command here. So beside this ma, when you study the Pali Make Easy, beside the past tense, you also can use imperative mode for this with the ma also. You know. So beside the past tense, you also can use another form. Okay, with the imperative mode. Yes. So the meaning is no more the past tense already. The meaning no more in past tense. It becomes the command here. Okay.
Okay, right, thanks.
All right, yeah. So that's why is yes.
So can I ask, just follow up from just now the brother question?
Yes.
That means we can use the past tense or the imperative mode. Then
Yes.
why then is there any particular criteria when to use the past tense and when to use the imperative mode?
There are no really criteria, but it's, as I say, it always depends on the situation, no? Yeah, the situation or the how they explain in Pali, because like in Pali, certain people will use the certain words at certain time. Like when you say English, sometimes you don't use this kind of expression, you will use another expression, right? But it means the same thing. So in Pali also, when the speaker say, they will use maybe past tense or they use the imperative with the ma, but it also means the same thing. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Pali is a language by itself. It's like when you learn English or you learn Chinese, there are, even though you might use the different words, but it still mean the same thing. Okay.
Venerable, I'd like to ask a question. The ma there, does that refer to you, second person? You don't go, or it's just in general, don't go or don't come?
Yeah, it's a second person. Yeah. Don't go, don't come, don't go, refer, talk to you, talk to the second person. Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So in no question, we will go for the Anguttara. All right. So go back to my notes. Okay. I think you all joined the WhatsApp group for the newcomer? Because I normally share the material in one day or a few days earlier, you know. So if you receive the notes, so if you print out, I think you can follow better. So for newcomer, please next time. So if when I put the notes, so I do suggest you all to print out. All right. Okay. Now we are going to learn what we already finished the previous one. All right. So this sentence is also very a little complicated, but actually it's quite simple. And also this sentence is one of the, you can say, quite famous in Pali or very common in Pali. It's also because it's talking about something that about the wholesome and unwholesome things. So we can see this text in many parts of different discourses of the Pali. Okay. All right. So what we do is we are going to recite the Pali together, and then we will recite the English. All right. So okay. So let's go. All right. So okay. Anuppannānaṃ pāpakānaṃ akusalānaṃ dhammānaṃ anuppādāya. Okay. So okay, we recite. Right. See. Okay. So okay, let's do that. Anuppannānaṃ pāpakānaṃ akusalānaṃ anuppādāya chandaṃ janeti vāyamati viriyaṃ ārabhati cittaṃ paggaṇhāti padahati. Okay. Uppannānaṃ pāpakānaṃ akusalānaṃ dhammānaṃ pahānāya chandaṃ janeti vāyamati viriyaṃ ārabhati cittaṃ paggaṇhāti padahati. Okay. Anuppannānaṃ kusalānaṃ dhammānaṃ uppādāya chandaṃ janeti vāyamati viriyaṃ ārabhati cittaṃ paggaṇhāti padahati. Uppannānaṃ akusalānaṃ dhammānaṃ ṭhitiyā asammosāya bhiyyobhāvāya vepullāya bhāvanāya pāripūriyā chandaṃ janeti vāyamati viriyaṃ ārabhati cittaṃ paggaṇhāti. Okay. So okay, so we read the English. Okay. Generates desire for the non-arising of unrisen, bad, unwholesome qualities, makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strikes, generates desire for the abandoning of arisen, that unwholesome quality, makes
And
effort,
an effort,
arouses,
arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. Generates energy for the arising of the unwholesome, wholesome qualities, makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. Generate desire for the maintenance of arisen, wholesome qualities, for their non-decline, increase, extension, and fulfillment by development. Makes an effort, arouses energy, applies his mind and strives. Okay. Right. So, okay. So what I do is that because there are actually 4 parts of this long sentence, so I'm going to copy the Pali and put next to its English. All right. So, so this is the first part here. And second one will be here. Okay, we're going to study the first part. Yeah. All right. All right. So when you study this thing, when you get to know or come to across any Pali, so what you do is try to identify the subject if you can find it. If the subject is not easy to find, so find the word, they will be the first one, because finish with the T. You can see the T here, right? So this is the first one. Okay, so where is the next one? So I will highlight with the
vāyamati.
red. Okay, vāyamati. Okay, so this one. This is the next one. Okay, and where's the next one?
Ārabhati, paggaṇhāti, padahati.
Okay, so this is the next one, and then the padahati, and then the padahati. All right. Now, this is what you can do when you study the Pali. All right, and then okay. Now here it didn't talk about somebody, but when we look at the previous paragraph, you will talk about the previous paragraph. Did mention that the bhikkhu, all right, bhikkhu dutiyam janam bhaveti, all right. So even previously talking about the subject is bhikkhu, all right. So we take it, we are talking about the subject is bhikkhu. Bhikkhu, it doesn't mean only the monk. Is sometimes in the Pali it means the case of a meditator, all right. Okay, all right. So we take the subject to be bhikkhu, right? So okay, now we have the now janeti. Now, okay, so can you find the English word, corresponding English word for this janeti? Janeti. Anybody want to guess what is janeti in English?
Generates.
Okay, generate. All right. So you get the first one. So you just put it. Okay. What is the vāyamati?
Efforts, makes an effort.
Okay, makes an effort. Yes. Okay. Yeah, because vāyama. If you study the Pali, there's vāyama. Vāyama also means effort. So vāyamati means an effort. Okay. Now ārabhati. 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 Okay. What is ārabhati?
Arouses.
Arouses. Okay. Have you seen this word before? Yes, it's mentioned in the previous sentence with a line. Okay. Next one. Next one is paggaṇhāti. So which one?
applies.
Applies, yes. Okay. So, and the next one will be easier. Strives. Okay.
Right.
So now, this sentence has so many words. All right. Okay. Now, so you find this one, and now you need to know janeti. You know it's generate. So what is chandaṃ here? Chandaṃ. Chandaṃ, you desire. Okay. So what do you think? Is it a subject or is it object here? According to English translation, it should be subject or object.
Object.
Yeah, it's an object here. So object I'll put like this. Okay. So you know it's an object, and What do you think? Since the object, is it a nominative or is it accusative?
Accusative.
Accusative.
Accusative. Okay. All right. Now,
Singular.
chandaṃ, do you know? Yeah, it's singular. Do you know what is the gender?
Neuter.
Neuter. Chandaṃ. I think it's masculine. Let me check. Okay, let me check. I think it's a masculine to me.
Masculine. Let's see.
Yeah, it can be both according to Myanmar dictionary. It can be masculine or neuter. Okay, let me check the dictionary. Yeah, it's a masculine or neuter. Okay. Right. So you can just put M or NT, masculine or neuter. All right. So now, so generates desire. So okay, now you start from this one. You start from this paragraph. According to English, it's easier for you to understand. For the non-arising of the unarisen, bad, unwholesome qualities. Okay. Okay. So all these are under with this preposition for. Now you see the English is for, and now when you see the Pali, you see a lot of nam. Do you see this nam? Okay. Now you start to understand why is this nam for. So what is this nam? What kind of declension?
Dative or genitive plural.
It can be dative or genitive. Okay, but let's look at this one. All right, chandaṃ. All right. Now, anuppādāya. What is anuppādāya? Okay, you see this word uppada. Uppada you see before, right? I think maybe you come across this one. Okay. Uppada. What is uppada?
Arising.
Arising. Okay, so with the put anu. Anu is non-arising. So what is this ya for? What do you think this ya?
For.
Okay, so
Dative singular.
dative singular. Okay. Okay, so this dative singular. All right. So how about this nam? What do you think?
Dative plural.
Huh? Just now already dative. All right. So if you look at the English translation, it's a genitive, right?
So is
of
be genitive.
Yes. So yes, genitive. Because normally it's same like in English, like for something. So the purpose is for the non-arising, right? So non-arising is also what is that thing is of. It's a genitive here. Okay, singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. Okay. Now dhamma. Do you think it's masculine or neuter?
Masculine.
Yeah, masculine. Okay. Okay, now it's very clear, right? Anuppannānaṃ, pāpakānaṃ, akusalānaṃ, dhammānaṃ. So these four you have to read together because they are connecting to each other. All right. Now dhamma. Dhamma means it's translated as qualities. Okay. Yeah, but sometimes when we translate qualities maybe mean good things, right? So maybe instead of qualities, can we have a better translation of what do you think is the best one? Normally we talk about qualities is a good thing, right?
Maybe states or not? States.
States.
Yes, states.
Yeah, states. Oh yeah. Sometimes we translate as the word states, or sometimes just translate things, just make it more general things, for the non-arising of the unwholesome bad unwholesome things or states. Yeah. All right. Now, akusala. You know what is akusala?
Unwholesome.
Unwholesome. Okay. So kusala is wholesome. With the is unwholesome. So you can see the here. And just now in the anu is also is a negative, right? So this means that in Pali, so when you want to change it to no or negative, there are two ways, all right? So you can put the word or you can put the word anna. Okay, now here anna here plus the uppada, all right? So become anuppādāya, all right? So with I need to copy the A here, okay? because my keyboard don't have the A. All right. Okay. So you can see there's one way, and then this one, akusala, become kusala plus a become akusala. All right. So if you want to remember easy, so normally I will say aku is in Malay word I, sala is wrong, you know. I am wrong, aku salah. All right. Okay. Now, papa. What is papa? Papaka. Papaka is
Evil or
evil
bad.
or bad things or yeah, not good. It means the opposite of good. All right. Now, this is look very complicated. Anuppannānaṃ. All right. Now, how do you divide it? Anybody want to guess? How do we analyze this word? Yeah.
Na plus
Anna plus
upana.
Uppanānaṃ. Okay. Uppannānaṃ. I think I mentioned to you before. Uppannānaṃ. What do you think? Is it
Yeah.
PP.
so? PP is
PP.
A past
past
participle.
participle. Yeah, past participle. Okay, past participle. Which suffix? Remember I told you it has two suffix. One is ta. Another one is
Na.
na. Right.
Na.
Yes. Yes. So here we are using the na suffix. All right. Because according to formation, the prefix is ut plus the root is pat and then the plus the na. Okay. So it become uppannānaṃ. Okay. Now anything you don't understand. Okay. So we continue. All right. Chandaṃ. So we read. Okay. Anuppannānaṃ, pāpakānaṃ, akusalānaṃ, dhammānaṃ. Okay, now you understand the meaning. Anuppādāya. Okay, anuppādāya for the non-arising of the unarisen, bad, wholesome states, things. Then the person chandaṃ means a desire. Janeti, so generates. Then vāyamati coming from the word vāyama, you know. Vāyama itself is an effort, so vāyamati. Viriyaṃ is also another means of effort or energy, but it's actually vāyama and viriyaṃ. It means the same thing. So the one in bracket means that instead of the long I, it can be short I here, viriyaṃ. No, just now is a long I, viriyaṃ. So here is viriyaṃ, right? And ārabhati. All right, applies or starts. Cittaṃ. What is cittaṃ?
Mind.
Okay. Paggaṇhāti. All right. All right. Paggaṇhāti itself. Gaṇhāti, the meaning is kind of like take out here, but with the prefix pa, it has a means that also applies to mind and padahati. All right. So how many verb you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. But you don't find the subject here. So where should you find the subject? What do you think is a subject?
Third person singular.
Yes, it's third person singular. It's not mentioned here, but we should refer to the earlier text. Earlier text is from the beginning. Is talking about the bhikkhu. You know? Yeah. All right. The first paragraph is talking about the bhikkhu bhavati and then so on. All right. So it's also still on the third singular. All right. So any question on this sentence? If not, I move the next one. All right. So what is the meaning of this non-arising of the unarisen? This means that the wholesome qualities, wholesome state, not arise yet. So they should make the effort to prevent it. In a way, the whole sentence is talking about to prevent, you know, to prevent the bad things from arising at all. So it's talking about prevention here. Okay, so this is the first sentence, and we move to the second one. All right. Now, okay. Now, okay, I think you all can try is, all right, this is the second one. Generates a desire for the abandoning of the horizon back. Wait for a while. Okay, you all study for a while. Okay, so any words, anything you don't understand? I think this is easy. Okay, so we can try to study like just now. All right, so we start from the Pali. Uppannānaṃ. Okay, what is uppannānaṃ? Just now is anuppannānaṃ. Now become uppannānaṃ.
Reason.
All right. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, a reason. All right. So a reason, pāpakānaṃ is
Bad.
bad. Okay.
Bad. Then
Okay, what is akusalānaṃ?
unwholesome.
Unwholesome. What is dhammānaṃ?
Qualities.
Yeah, states. Okay. What is pahānāya?
Abandoning.
Abandoning. Okay, so I think this is the only the new one that is not mentioned just now, right? Okay. So you can guess what is the declension? What case is this? This is
Dative.
dative singular. All right. All right. Then the others are same. Chandaṃ, janeti, vāyamati, viriyaṃ, ārabhati, cittaṃ, paggaṇhāti, padahati. All right. So this means that if the first sentence you study properly, now the second sentence is very easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, now we go for next one. All right, the next one will be okay. So I think this is also very easy. Okay, so we start again. All right. Anuppannānaṃ. What is this?
And a reason or
Unarisen.
non-arising.
Not arise. Not arising. Yes. What is kusalānaṃ? Kusalānaṃ.
Wholesome.
Okay. Dhammānaṃ.
Qualities.
Uppādāya.
Arising.
Arising. Okay. Then the chandaṃ, janeti, vāyamati, viriyaṃ, ārabhati, cittaṃ. Okay. What's the difference between this and previous one? Anything different? For the previous sentence?
It's talking about wholesome.
Yes, the difference is only this wholesome. Yeah. That's all. Then the others are quite same. Okay. So then you find the next one. All right. This is a little bit longer and more new words. All right. So, okay. Yeah, just put here. Okay. Okay. So we study here. Okay. Now, any new things that you not see before? So uppannānaṃ. ṭhitiyā. All right. So ṭhitiyā you not see before, and then some more new one. Asammosāya, bhiyyobhāvāya, vepullāya, bhāvanāya, pāripūriyā. Yeah, okay, these two you not see before. Okay, now we're going to do analysis. Okay, the first one. Okay, what is uppannānaṃ?
A reason.
A reason. Okay,
Reason.
a reason. Kusalānaṃ.
Wholesome.
Okay, dhammānaṃ. Qualities. Okay, ṭhitiyā.
Is
What do you think?
it maintenance?
Yes, maintenance. Okay, so you find this is a one thing. All right, so I just highlight something. All right, now ṭhitiyā coming from the word have you heard the word Buddha sasanam chiran titatu? You know, may the Buddha dispensation last long. Titi,
Yes.
titi is means that it's coming from the Pali word titatik. Titatik means when you study the Pali Meiji, I think in the first lesson, titatik. Titatik means it stands or exists. All right, so titi, all right, maintenance. It means that it stands for a long time or exists for a long time. All right. Now this one. All right. So you just ignore the ya because ya is what do you think this ya is?
Feminine.
Yeah, feminine for what? For which case?
Dative lah.
Dative case.
Right, yes,
Dative
yes, yes. Because you see the ya here, all right? The whole
For.
thing is a
Yeah,
ya here,
for.
for, okay? So this means that when we just analyze, we just need to know TD. TD is maintenance. Then the asammosāya. Okay, asammosāya. Samosa. Sama is a confusion. It's from the word samosa or samoha. Confusion or delusion, all right? Yeah. Confusion and delusion, right? So even though I think the translation is non-decline, yeah. Okay, non-decline. But just now it's talking non-confusion. Okay, so anyway, we just accept it. Okay, now next one, vīriyaṃ. You see this before, I think. Vīriyaṃ. So means is increase, all right? Vepullāya is expansion, all right? All right. Then bhāvanāya, pāripūriyā, all right? Okay, so what do you think? Which bhāvanāya? All right, bhāvana. You see the word bhāvana. What is bhāvana? Development, yes. Bhāvana is talking about meditation, so it's development. So normally we use the word bhāvana for meditation, like samatha bhāvana, vipassana bhāvana. So this by development. And pāripūriyā is fulfillment. Right? Yeah.
Fulfillment.
Okay. Yes. Now, what do you think is this bhāvanāya? What is this ya? What do you think? Which case?
Yeah.
Anybody want to guess?
Dative.
Which case?
Dative. Dative singular.
Instrumental
Yeah. Why instrumental? Why?
by development.
Okay. Instrument
By
singular or
the-
plural?
Singular.
Singular.
Singular. Oh, okay. So why is it singular? Because this is the method, you know. We call it normally instrument is like through something or you use something. So we use it through the development, that's right, through the meditation, right? So it's a means here. So that's why we use as instrumental. All right. So you fulfill by the bhāvana, by the meditation or by the development. So that's why it's used as instrumental. Okay. So pāripūriyā. So this is dative. All right. So the rest on the top here also dative. Right. So it's possible to be, in this case, you put a dative and you got instrumental, then go back to dative because according to circumstances, all right? So this bhāvāya, you should say bhāvanāya, pāripūriyā. These two are linking to each other. So I should put in a bracket, right? Okay. So in this case, so I should read uppannānaṃ, kusalānaṃ, dhammānaṃ, ṭhitiyā, asammosāya, bhiyyobhāvāya, vepullāya. Okay, let's stop here. Then bhāvanāya, pāripūriyā. All right, so these two should lead together because they are linking to each other. Then chandaṃ, janeti. These two also linking to each other, right? Then vāyamati, viriyaṃ, ārabhati, cittaṃ, paggaṇhāti. So these two should link to each other. All right, then padahati. Okay. So when you understand the grammar or you understand their connection, then you can read together. So uppannānaṃ, kusalānaṃ, dhammānaṃ. So these three you should read together. ṭhitiyā, asammosāya, bhiyyobhāvāya. Then you stop here. No. Okay. You can vepullāya. You can stop. Then bhāvanāya, pāripūriyā. These two together. Chandaṃ, janeti together. vāyamati. Okay. Then viriyaṃ, ārabhati, cittaṃ, paggaṇhāti, padahati. All right. So you can see how we read. It's like English. For example, you say, I go to the school. To the school, you should read it fast because to the school is one phrase. Okay. Like Pali also should be know where to link together. All right. Because they have connection to each other. Okay. Any question on this?
Sayaji, we don't translate the word and fulfillment.
And. All right. Is there an and? There's no Pali and here. There's this and is not mentioned in the Pali. But it's mentioned in English. Yes. Yeah. There's no chak in the Pali, but it's okay. According to the logic, it's talking about this action, 1 action, 2 action, 3 action, 4 action. Yeah. Okay. There's no and here. Yes. Even for example, in the English, you have an effort, right? You have the article here, right? But you don't see in Pali. Okay. Even the last one, the and is not mentioned in Pali also. But sometimes when we translate to English, we should make it more English readable. Okay. So if you follow the translation too close to Pali, then it will be not easy to read for English reader. Okay. All right. So, okay, I think this is a little bit complicated here. Right. Yeah, this is very long. The rest are actually quite easy. So I think this one we read, we leave it for next week. So we go through this one. This one is very simple, you know, it's just a list here. So we can read very fast. All right. So we read together 402. Sadrim is a sadrim driyam. Bhavati. All right. Viriyaṃ driyam bhavati.
Vīriyaṃ bhāvati.
Satim driyam bhavati.
Satīṃ bhāvati.
Samadin driyam bhavati.
Samadīṃ bhāvati.
Pangin driyam bhavati.
Vīriyaṃ bhāvati.
Okay, so for this word, all right, do you know it made of 2 words? What are these 2 words? The first one is
Indriya.
yes, sada with the long A, sada. Okay, so I just copy the A here. Sada and last the indriya. What is indriya? Faculty, all right. So actually the meaning of indriya, like we call it the eye, is an indriya. Indriya means it's kind of like controller. Sometimes another meaning of indriya is kind of like controller. It has the power by itself. Okay, so it means that the power of sada, the faith, and then viriyaṃ, sada. Normally it's we have the how many? 5. We call it 5 faculties. All right. So with the indriya. So you have the first one is sada. Second one is viriyaṃ, effort,
Sati.
energy. Sati is mindfulness. Samadhi is concentration. And then panya. Panya, all right, wisdom. All right, so you got this 5. And then down there also similar, but down there are talking about what's the difference between this indriya and bala. Okay, when you study Abhidhamma, you understand, all right? So, okay, normally they thought indriya is also a power, okay? Bala is also a power, okay? But the bala is come to it when it like become more strong, kind of like strong power. It's kind of like quite unshakable at the time, right? So somebody should develop the indriya so it can become bala. All right, so that's why normally indriya is considered as a faculty. Okay, yeah, all right. So when it becomes stronger, it becomes bala. All right, so that's why you have these 2. Okay, sada balam bhavati. Okay, so we recite sada balam bhavati.
Sada balam bhavati.
Okay, viriyaṃ balam bhavati.
Viriyaṃ balam bhavati.
Sati balam bhavati.
Sati balam
bhaveti.
Samadhi balam bhaveti.
Samadhi
Samadhi balam
bhaveti.
bhaveti.
Panya balam bhaveti.
Panya balam bhaveti.
Okay, so we finish. It's very fast. This is talking about meditation. You need to develop from your indriya, so it become bala. Bala is a quite unshakable power. All right, and why it is? I think anybody guess why is all this from this onwards? Why it is?
Sati sama sambujanga.
Yes, it's the seven factors of enlightenment.
Mindfulness is
Okay. Okay,
Mindfulness.
so we start with this. Okay, we read together. Sati sambojangam bhaveti.
bhaveti.
Nama wijaya sambojangam bhaveti. Viriya sambojangam bhaveti. Piti sambojangam bhaveti. Pasadi bojangam bhaveti. Samadhi bojangam bhaveti. Upeka bojangam bhaveti. All right. Normally we talk about bojanga, but it has the prefix sam here. All right. Yeah. Okay. So now you got how many already? You got 5 in the paggaṇhāti, and then 5 for the bala, and you got 7 here. All right. So, right now, when you see all this, you see this we call it the nasal sound, the nikahita m dot. So now bhaveti is a verb here. All right. So this should be subject or object.
Object.
Yes, object. All right. How do you know it's object? There's a question here.
M dot.
The young.
M dot.
M dot. Yeah, but the neuter, remember neuter? Neuter for the nominative and accusative all got the M dot, right? So how do you know is it a nominative or is it accusative? Because they have M dot for these 2 cases.
Because it's near to the verb.
Okay, good guess. All right. And also?
Masculine noun.
Sorry?
Masculine.
Indriya, I think it's a neuter. It's a neuter. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, bhaveti. Bhaveti means it's an action, right? So it's something active, you know. We are talking about develops, like English translate develops. So it must be active action, all right? So indriya, even though it's inside the human being, it cannot be a subject, you know. It can be an object here, all right? Okay, you're talking about is bhaveti. Somebody must develop it. It must be done by a subject. Since the subject is not mentioned here, but we already said previously you got the bhaveti. So you have to check the previous paragraph where you see a lot of bhaveti. Okay, so we go to the top. Do you see a lot of bhaveti on the previous paragraph? Do you see that? You see bhaveti, right? It's the first one. And then it's talking about the monk who developed the first jhana. Then the second thing is talking about the monks also developed the second jhana. All right. You see many this bhaveti. Then third jhana, fourth jhana, and so on. All right. So you can see all this. Okay. And then previously you also have this third person singular. Okay. So yeah, it's supposed to be somebody, a monk or bhikkhu, or even sometimes even though the text is bhikkhu, because when Buddha gives Dhamma talk, there will be community of monks, so he will say bhikkhu or bhikkhawe, but also have other meditator, right? So means that somebody, a meditator or monks who develops all this. So you can see many bhaveti. Like 7 factors of enlightenment, also bhaveti. Now, it's easy. Okay. Now, what it is? How many? Samadhi.
Samadhi, sangkapa, kamanta.
All right. So what it is?
Noble Eightfold Path.
Okay, Noble Eightfold Path, right? So how many factors here?
3.
7. 7.
Here got only 3. Oh, no.
3?
One,
Calculate yourself.
1, 2, should be 8, huh?
8.
Not Noble Eightfold Path.
8 path.
8 or not? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's correct. 8. Okay, so we read. Okay. Okay, Samaditthim Bhaveti. Alright, so we read it together. Okay, Sama Sankapam Bhaveti.
Sama
Sama Vacham Bhaveti. Sama Kamatam Bhaveti. Sama Ajivam Bhaveti. Sama Vayamam Bhaveti. Sama Sati Bhaveti. Sama Samadhim Bhaveti. Okay, now it's 8 of them. Now, what is Sama?
Right.
Right. Okay, so you got the right view. What is wrong view in Pali? Do you know? Can you remember the Pali? Huh? Michaditi, right. So if you got right view, so sometimes if you want to make your team and opposite is Sankappa, wrong thought or intention. Then Micha Vacha. Now Micha Kamantam. Micha Ajiva, right? Micha Vayama, right? No. You can have a wrong effort. But do you have Micha Sati? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Some people say we call it wrong mindfulness. It's not possible, you know. Some they say it's impossible to have a wrong mindfulness because mindfulness is always must be wholesome. Okay. But somebody say because the word sati come from the sarati, right? The root is sar. So the root is sar. I will just type here. Root is sar. And the meaning of sarati. Sarati, sometimes they call it like remembers. So for example, sometimes you remember the bad things. Maybe in this case, you got wrong mindfulness. Okay. You remember the wrong things or wrong deeds or whatever. Maybe it's possible. But normally some of the scholars, they say it's impossible to have a wrong mindfulness because mindfulness must always be right mindfulness. Okay, now, Sama Samadhi. Do you have a Micha Samadhi?
Yes.
Some they say yes, some they say no, because Samadhi is always wholesome. But what is the meaning of Samadhi? Samadhi means you focus one pointedness, like one point on something, right? But it's possible somebody might they want to do killing or whatever, they really focus on it or they have concentration on it. So sometimes it's yes or no. It depends on how you see. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is talking about Eightfold Path. Now this is easy. All right, so we just go through. So what is this? What is this? How many?
Here got 10, I think, kasina.
Right, 10 kasina, all right? Okay, so we go for the first one. Okay, Patawi. Okay, we read together. Patawi kasinam bhaveti.
Apo
kasinam bhaveti. Tejo kasinam bhaveti. Vayo kasinam bhaveti. Nila kasinam bhaveti. Pita kasinam bhaveti. Lohita kasinam bhaveti. Odata kasinam bhaveti. Akasa kasinam bhaveti. Right? Viyana kasinam bhaveti. Okay, so we go words by word first. Okay, what is Patawi? Okay, what is Apo?
Water.
Okay, what is Tejo?
Fire.
Okay, what is Vayo?
Air.
Air or wind, yes. What is Nila?
Blue.
What is Pitta?
Yellow.
Okay. What is Lohita?
red,
Red.
Okay. What is Odata?
white,
Red.
White.
Okay. What is Akasa?
space,
Space.
Space.
What is a Vijnana?
Consciousness.
Consciousness.
All right. This is according to 10 kasina. So we calculate how many is 4 great elements. What is 4 great elements? Earth,
Earth,
water, fire,
fire, air,
and air or wind. All right. How many colors?
4,
How many? What is the color? Blue,
blue, yellow, red,
yellow,
red,
red,
and
and
white.
white. Okay. So remaining 2. So you see 4 kasina. So
Is that
sometimes
right?
if you remember, I remember that Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. Okay. So if you remember the Pali like this, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. So your father, Papa, watch TV. Okay.
Ah, good.
All right. Okay. Right. So
Papa,
4 color is in
Nila,
English, Nila,
Blue.
but normally is we call it blue, yellow,
blue, yellow,
red, and
Red,
white, right?
white.
Yeah, this in color. So if you want to remember the Pali is Nila. So what's the next one? Pita, Lohita, Odata. Okay. So maybe you can find some way, something that easy for you. And then you do like this or whatever, you know, sometimes you can break to two like this. NP is something, maybe LO, you know, all right? Now the thing is, in the 10 kasina, normally we have a space and light, right? When you study Abhidhamma, there's a space kasina and there's a light kasina, right or not? But here you don't have a light kasina. You have the consciousness kasina. Right? There's a difference here. The one I see. Okay?
yes,
Yeah, all right. So what is a vijnana kasina? But I would think this is to do with we call it the formless jhana, you know. Formless jhana, there is an infinite space and infinite consciousness, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the next one? This is
impurity.
impurity, yeah. This is quite long here. Okay, so let me go others. Yeah, they're still long. Okay. Okay, I think enough because I think today you learn lots of vocabulary. So in this way, when you learn the Pali, it's also interesting, you know, you pick out the vocabulary fast and you also pick out the grammar fast, right? So I will give you a test. I mean, I'll just say it quite with all the words, new words that you learned today. I'll just say it randomly and I want to see who can reply fast. Okay, what is Lohita? Lohita?
Red,
Red,
Okay, what is Nila?
blue,
What is Akasa?
Space.
Space.
What is Vijnana?
consciousness,
What is Vayu?
With
air,
Okay. What is
Wind.
Patavi?
Earth.
Okay. What is Ajiva?
livelihood,
livelihood,
livelihood.
Okay. Vayama.
Effort.
effort,
Dikti.
view,
view,
Okay. Okay. Good. This is easy for you. All right. So what is Bala?
power,
Power.
Okay. What is Pasadi?
tranquility,
Tranquility.
Tranquility. All right. What is Piti?
joy,
pleasure,
Okay. What is Upekha?
Equanimity.
Okay. Good.
Equanimity.
What is Dhamma Vijaya? Dhamma Vijaya.
investigation of Dharma,
All right, good. Also, this is easy for you all. All right. Okay, we skip this one. We go through this one. All right. What is TD?
maintenance,
Maintenance.
All right. Or existing for a long time. Okay. What is bhiyyobhāvāya?
increases,
Increases.
increase,
Okay. Yes. But what is bhāvanāya?
development,
Development.
Okay. What is a janeti?
generate,
Generate. Okay. What is a paggaṇhāti?
picks up,
Apply.
Applies.
apply.
Applies is fine. Okay.
picks up.
All right. What is a anuppannānaṃ?
Unarisen,
Unarisen. Okay. What is pahānāya?
abandoning.
Okay. All right.
Ah,
Okay.
Naya.
What is a pāpakānaṃ? Bad things. Okay.
Wholesome.
Bad or evil.
All right. What is a vāyamati?
Vāyamati.
Thrice.
It's an
Effort.
effort.
Make effort. Arouses.
Yeah,
Effort.
make an effort. Make effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vāyamati and viriyaṃ is quite same. Okay. All right. So you see in this way, you pick out lots of vocabulary and it's more logic, you know. Yeah. So when you learn any language, you just don't memorize all the words because it's very boring. But when you put the words in a sentence and if you understand the sentence, so it's easier to learn, right? You pick out the words and you also learn the sentence, you also learn the grammar.
We lost IG.
I think we lost her.
Okay, sorry, the line was lost just now. Okay, so everybody is still here, right?
Yes, we are here.
Okay. All right, so we just maybe go through the sharing and okay, maybe today we are going to analyze. I think you're all familiar with this. Are you familiar with this chanting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now, okay. So we're going to look at a little bit on the grammar, all right? Kayena. What is kayena? Kaya. What is kaya?
Body.
All right. Vacha.
Speech.
Okay. Cittaṃ.
Mind.
Right, so all this should be in instrumental because of the by. All right, so when you study this, you notice that you will see the ena. All right, so kaya should be masculine, yeah, right. Cittaṃ should be neuter. All right. Now vaca is, what do you think?
Feminine.
Feminine. All right, but why is that there should be a ya here, right? But why don't you see the ya here? Vaca ya. Do you know why?
Meter.
Smooth,
Eight.
smooth chanting.
Yeah.
Kayena vaca cittena. Eight syllables.
Yes, because of 8 syllables, yeah. Because I think Vira, she learned from me last time. So there's a 8 sound here, right? So you calculate yourself. Kayena vaca cittena is 8. Pama dena maya katam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is also 8 sound. So because of this 8 sound, we call it the meters in the poem. That's why the vacaya, supposed to be vacaya, it dropped the ya sound. Because you need to have achieved the 8 sound here. Achayam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is also 8 sound. Puripanya, tathagata is also 8 sound. All right. So we call it the meter or syllables in poem. So that's why when you recite this kind of thing, you find it's a kind of like very rhythmic. It sounds nice, right or not? All right. So okay. So all right. So now there's one thing, one of the grammar here. All right. Bante. What kind of case do you think it is? Bante?
Vocative.
Yeah, vocative, right? Because Bante can only be vocative, right? Now, how about this Puripanya Tathagata?
Would it be vocative also?
Yeah, it can be locative also. Yeah. It's please forgive me, Bante. Who is the Bante? Oh, the blessed one, the one who has extensive wisdom. All right. Right. Even like Dhamma, you take it as a here you take it like Dhamma is a person vocative. Oh, the Dhamma, please forgive me. What kind of Dhamma? Is a Sanditika, can be realized. Akalika means it gives result immediately. Then also Sangha, please the community, please forgive me. Is a practice, well practiced, and then incomparable. All right. So the main thing I want you to know the grammar point on this ya here. Okay. This is when you read the poem, is always not follow the grammar properly because they are trying to make it more sound nice. Okay, so this is a just small learning. So next time when I go through the chanting, maybe every time after the Anguttara, we will just come and learn something about the chanting. Okay, so we will start from this chanting. So everybody, you can turn on your mic so we recite together. All right, so put the hand together. Kayena
Vaca
cittena
Samadena
Maya Kamami Bante Puripanya Tathagata Kayena
Vaca
Cittena Madena
Pamadena
Maya Achayam Kamame Bante
Dhamma
Akadika Kayena Vaca Cittena Madena Maya Achayam Kamame
Tayang
Uppannānaṃ Anuppādāya. Okay, so right, so we share merit. Okay. Idam no punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Iman no punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Iman no punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Inam no yatinam hotu kita hontu nyata. Idam no yatinam hotu kita hontu nyata. Idam no yatinam Here we go for this sharing merit with the devas. Akasata bhumata devanam Nyantam Akasata sabhumata devanam
Mahindika
Nyantam Akasata sabhumata devanam Punyantam anumoditva
Chiram
Arurarogya sampati saga sampati mevacha adonipana sampati jatu devo sasatu kayena nasa sampati hotu itu pawatu loko raja pawatu jamiko expression, right? Adaya Adaya Padaya Jaramara
Parimukhitam idame punyam asavakaya hotu idame
punyam
nippanasa pacayo
Yanasa Pachaya Hotu Imina Puna
kamina samagama satam samagamo hotu yavani vana patiya
Sadhu Sadhu
sadhu.